Ever wondered why water is so vital to our existence? It's not just about quenching thirst or taking a refreshing shower. Water is the fundamental building block of life, a key player in our ecosystems, and an essential component in many of our daily activities. It irrigates our crops, powers our industries, and even cools our planet. The water cycle, a continuous journey of water on, above, and below the Earth's surface, is what ensures the constant availability of this life-giving resource. The water cycle starts with evaporation. This is the first step in this intricate process. When the sun heats up the water in our oceans, rivers, and lakes, it turns into vapor, rising up into the atmosphere. This is evaporation in action. But what goes up must come down, right? Well, not before a little transformation. The water vapor cools down as it ascends, and the process of condensation takes over. Tiny droplets of water start to come together, creating clouds high up in the sky. Now, when these clouds get too heavy, they can't hold the water anymore. That's when we experience precipitation. Depending on the weather conditions, this could be rain, sleet, snow, or even hail. This precipitation is what replenishes the Earth's water sources, giving us fresh water to use and consume. Once the water hits the ground, it either runs off the land surface or seeps into the ground. We call these processes runoff and infiltration, respectively. The water that runs off the land eventually finds its way back to the sea, while the water that infiltrates the ground gets absorbed by the soil, becoming what we refer to as groundwater. But let's not forget the green heroes in this story, the plants. They play a crucial part in the water cycle through a process called transpiration. Plants absorb water from the ground through their roots, and later release it back into the atmosphere through their leaves. It's their own little way of keeping the cycle going. Now, all this water, in the oceans, rivers, lakes, and even in the ground, doesn't just sit there forever. It eventually goes back into the atmosphere through evaporation, and the cycle begins anew. This is what we call collection. And so the cycle continues, with the collected water evaporating once again, perpetuating this continuous journey of water around the planet. The water cycle, a never-ending ballet of nature, is essential for life as we know it, constantly renewing and redistributing Earth's most precious resource. Why does this cycle matter, you ask? The significance of the water cycle is multifaceted and far-reaching. It's not just a simple process of water moving around our planet. It's a fundamental thread in the tapestry of life. The water cycle is the Earth's greatest recycler, taking water from the seas, lakes, and rivers, lifting it into the atmosphere, and then depositing it back onto the Earth's surface. This process maintains the balance of fresh water on our planet, ensuring that water, a resource we often take for granted, is continually renewed and redistributed. Every droplet of water that evaporates from our vast oceans or transpires from the leaves of plants travels a journey, quenching the thirst of the land and all its inhabitants. This cycle provides water for a multitude of purposes. It fills our reservoirs for drinking, irrigates our crops for food production, and recharges underground aquifers. Furthermore, the water cycle plays a vital role in sustaining ecosystems. Wetlands, rivers, and oceans teem with life, all dependent on the constant supply of fresh water. Each stage of the cycle creates unique habitats and supports a diverse range of species. So, the water cycle is more than just a sequence of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. It's a lifeline, it's a sustainer of ecosystems, it's a global conveyor belt of life. Understanding and respecting the water cycle is vital for the sustainable use of water resources and the preservation of our environment.